So this is when you say exactly as predicted, because since couple of days I showed you guys Bitcoin in the medium short term could come for a retest around certain key line, and only after that a V-shape or a U-shape type of reversal. And looking at it now, you can see the price of Bitcoin is clearly showing weakness, free falling, and also looks like heading towards the next area of confluence. So what is it? Will the trend go even lower, or what to expect next? We are going to discuss all of this one by one in this video, and at the end of the video guys, we are also going to talk about the new August CPI, which looks very interesting. So before I do that, please do me a favor and destroy that like button, and guys, let's try to reach at least 1,000 like in this video. Thank you very much. Now, first thing first, if you look at this price action of Bitcoin using this inverse head and shoulder type of formation, you know guys, I did warn you about a retest towards the previous neckline area. I mean, despite this was a bullish continuation pattern, inverse head and shoulder, a bullish continuation pattern, I showed you guys that we might come for a retest around this previous resistance trend line or the neckline from this inverse head and shoulder, which sits in between 112 114,000. And looking at it now, you can see the price of Bitcoin looks like getting attracted towards this key trend line, but reversal around the previous resistance line, reversal around this neckline doesn't make us bearish. Please understand this. If you look at the example on the right hand side, after a bullish break from this inverse head and shoulder formation, you can see the price came for a retest, and only after that started with this new uptrend. So same thing could be unfolding in our case as well. Bitcoin could come for a retest in between this 112 114,000, find support, and only after that a continuation in this manner. Why? Because we know beside the support from this neckline, right, we also have support from this Williams alligator indicator and CryptoAnup buy sell indicator. Yes guys, any sort of a pullback, Bitcoin still remaining above this trend line here means just a temporary pullback, and price after some sideways movement, after some weakness, could be showing a continuation in this manner. I mean, following a descending broadening wedge, which is another bullish continuation pattern for Bitcoin. So what do we need the price of Bitcoin to do in the medium short term? To remain above this neckline and remain above these indicators, because remaining above this key trend line means any sort of a pullback will be just a temporary pullback. And now if you look at this bearish continuation, which I showed you on my previous video, Bitcoin was following this bump and run reversal top formation. I showed you guys, once this key line of support, this rising trend line, gets broken, we have to be careful, because in that case we are going to follow a new phase known as run phase, lead in phase, bump phase. You can see lead in phase, right? This was our bump phase, and now this could be our run phase. And if you look at this example, you can see a run phase looks somehow like this, a free fall type of formation. So if this bearish continuation continues, then we are expecting 112 114,000. In between that range is where the price of Bitcoin could be heading, and after that a reversal in this manner. I mean, a V-shape or a U-shape type of reversal. So what I'm trying to pinpoint is that if Bitcoin shows further weakness, gets attracted in between 112 114,000, please do not panic. Wait until this 112 114,000 support gets broken before looking for any opportunity. Otherwise, this could completely fake out. I mean, after a continuation like this, getting attracted towards 112 114,000 parallelly also means a retest around this descending broadening wedge, which is a bullish continuation pattern. You can see this descending broadening wedge, upper trend line acted as resistance, lower trend line acted as support. So if the price of Bitcoin shows further weakness, gets attracted towards this lower trend line, I am expecting a reversal, which could look somehow like this after that. Yes guys, every time whenever we tested the support around this lower trend line, you can see the price went very bullish. So same thing could be unfolding in our case as well. So if we see price of Bitcoin showing furthermore weakness but manages to remain above 112 114,000 in between that range, then This pullback will be just a retest around this lower trend line before expecting a V-shape or U-shape type of reversal, continuation of an descending broadening wedge, and continuation of an inverse head and shoulder formation. So what do we need the price of Bitcoin to do next? We need the price of Bitcoin to hold its ground around 112, 114,000. And why that matters? If you look at this leading indicator, 1st August CPR with a bullish and a bearish price target. Yes guys, this is our leading indicator which gives us information beforehand, and according to this leading indicator, you can see for the month of August we have printed a very narrow CPR. And what does narrow CPR indicates? Volatility. So that means the month of August is expected to be very volatile. So please be careful. And if you simply zoom out and look at this new CPR, the August CPR, you can see it is clearly above the previous month CPR. What does this mean? It is an ascending CPR which only gets formed during uptrend. So if the price of Bitcoin manages to remain above this key trend line, right, 112, 114,000, if we do that, then this pullback right now what we are witnessing will be just a temporary pullback, and price of Bitcoin after that could show a continuation in this manner. I mean, towards our first bullish target for the month of August, which is this arrow line, and this arrow line sits around $124,200. Yes guys, for the month of August, this will be our bullish target, 124,285, first bullish target. And to the downside, losing the 112, 114,000 support means a move towards our first bearish target for the month of August, this S1 line which sits around $106,000. Bullish target, first bullish target sits around 124,000, first bearish target sits around 106,000. So to avoid this move to the downside around 106,000, what must the price do? The price must hold its ground around the CPR trend line, around this lower trend line from descending broadening wedge, find support around this CryptoAnup buy sell indicator, Williams alligator indicator, and also remain above the neckline area. So if we manage to do that, then this pullback will be looked as a temporary pullback, and price after that is expected to continue higher. So unless certain line of support or resistance gets broken, please do not over leverage yourself, and please use proper risk management strategies. So by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.